All right, before we wrap, we got a little racing potpourri segment just to throw a couple of stories at you. And John, it starts with a successful trip north of the border for Bullet. I guess it wasn't a trip because she was there already, but Bullet, who was potentially Royal Ascot bound, ran the My Deer Stakes on Saturday at Woodbine, blew him away. What'd you think?
Joe, it was a real sense of pride, and it was a sense of pride for a couple of reasons. Number one, a lot of people criticized us for not bringing her over to Europe to run Royal Ascot, and I get it, but that wasn't exciting for us. It wasn't something that's on our bucket list. I almost said bullet list, on our bucket list. But I can see the enjoyment and the pageantry of running a Royal Ascot. Anyway, that being said, yeah, she won really convincingly. It reaffirmed our thinking about her. Joe, we really feel like that she's, a nice filly. I mean, we're not going out on a limb by saying something like that, but our goal is to run her in the Catch a Glimpse on the 17th of August. And then, I may have a scheduling issue because her next race after that is hopefully the Natalma, the Grade 1 Win and You're In for Del Mar. But unfortunately, it's the same date as a very good friend of mine getting married. I don't know if that friend can change the date of their wedding yet, but it may be easier to change the date of the wedding than it is to change the date of the race.
Yeah, totally. Did you RSVP yet?
I did. And I said I wanted the fish option. Yes.
Finally, John, RSVP. Now I got them locked in, and you'll just have to stream the race, my friend.
Yep,
on your phone.
Yep. All right. As long as that's okay. As long as it's okay, I won't be rude. That at like 4:30 in the afternoon, I'm going to be kind of stealing away into the coat closet with my phone to go see. No. If you hear cheering from the coat closet, it's not because of anything other than we're watching the Natalma. Hopefully that'll happen. And then also, Joe, just to follow up, a horse that I named Dream On, after one of my all-time favorite songs from my all-time favorite band, Aerosmith, came back and won. And now he's going to Canada to run in the Soaring Free on August 17th and hopefully this summer, also on September 14th. It's a good thing I love you. You know how much I love you when I'm passing up the possibility of going to see a couple of Grade 1 races, winning your ins, just to make sure that Megan actually says I do when you ask her to be your betrothed.
And just so you know, John, it's in Brooklyn. So bring your armored vehicle and your security detail. We'll keep you safe.
Yep. Well, the horse with a name like Bullet, I'm in pretty good shape. Anyway, I do want to mention that Julia, if you can post Bullet's pedigree page brought to you by Arian, you can see that Joe, not only is she a two-time stake winner and undefeated, but her second dam was Surfside, who was champion 3-year-old filly in 2000. And then the third dam is Flanders, who was champion in 94. So the filly's got some pedigree. I mean, she, you wouldn't just say a daughter of Warfront that has pedigree out of a Tappet mare, but there's champions, just peppered throughout Bullet's pedigree. So thank you to Ariane for giving us this pedigree. And it looks like it's getting stronger and stronger every race, Joe.
Yeah, man. She's going to have lots of residual value if she keeps on rolling the way she is. Speaking of Woodbine, there was some major news over the weekend. Emma-Jayne Wilson. It was actually on Thursday evening. Emma-Jayne Wilson surpassed Hall of Fame jockey Julie Crone for all-time purse earnings by a female jockey. She was entered the day just a little over $11,000 shy of Crone's record, which was over $90 million. Took her place in racing's history book with a win on Perfect Lady B. It was a first-time starter for Roger Attfield. Pretty fitting because she and Roger Attfield have had a great relationship over the years. And Chuck Fipke. She's ridden a lot of Chuck Fipke horses. So that was perfect. And she's only 42 years old, so she could keep riding for another 5-10 years probably and really, get to that 9-figure mark and really become hard to catch. And, it's one of these things where it's obviously a major accomplishment, and I'm sure she's very proud, as she should be. But I hope that it just gives people the recognition that she's a good jockey, male or female. She's a very, very good jockey, and there's a reason that she's gotten to the point that she's gotten to. So congrats to Emma-Jayne and to everybody that's helped her and supported her along the way for what a great accomplishment that is. John, you have anything to add? You know her personally at all?
Yeah, I mean, Emma-Jayne rode a number of horses for us over the years at Woodbine, and the one thing that I'll say about Emma-Jayne is that she is extremely consistent. She rides hard every single race. She tries hard. Doesn't matter if it's 20-1 or a 9-5 shot. She's going to do whatever she can to try to put that horse in position to win. And just a class act. We've communicated a couple of times after some wins over the years, and she's always responded, always very positive about the industry, and just a great ambassador of the industry. And Joe, the other thing is, like, she's also a mentor for a lot of the female jockeys that are that are racing in Canada, whether it's Sophia Vives or a number of them. I know last year, like, I think it was 4 out of the top 10 riders at Woodbine were women. And that says something, and they have a great example and a great figure to follow with Emma-Jayne Wilson. So hat off to her for riding as consistently and at the top level that she is. And I think you're right. I think she's got a number of years to go before she hangs it up. And it's just been a pleasure to be able to have her ride horses for us, Joe. And she's a professional's professional.
Yeah, no doubt. Also another jockey accomplishment, Perry Oates, who's ridden for a long time in the Midwest, in the Ohio area, and Kentucky. He became, I think, the oldest rider to win a race, 70 years old at Belterra Park recently. So that's another accomplishment, and he's third in the standings there. So it's not like he just won one race, like, just as a novelty. So shout out to Perry and for that accomplishment too. So yeah, lots of positive jockey news over the weekend. Congratulations to those new standard bearers in their respective age groups or gender groups. Very, very cool to see.
And John, one more jockey announcement.
Yeah.
Though, is that Patty Wolf has told us behind the scenes that she would like to date a jockey. So if you're single and you're interested in Don't cut. And you're interested, the beautiful and talented Patty Wolf is taking applications for but you have to be a licensed jockey. That's the thing. You have to be.
I did think that she was a little too into the jockey basketball game.
Yeah, a little bit.
As fun as that is, she's just a little too into it. She's like scouting like an NBA groupie on the court.
Very competitive, very exciting. Check out the chaplaincy basketball game. It is awesome.
It's a great event.
It's a fundraiser, but it's really, really exciting.
And it's a great event.
Really hot.
Yep. Switching gears slightly
to a more serious.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's actually it's in the same vein because it has to do with the racetrack chaplaincy. Len Green, our esteemed sponsor, friend, mentor that we've had over the years here at Rail Talk. John's a little shrug there.
Father figure. I was going to say father figure.
Yeah. Father figure. Yeah, I guess is being honored at the racetrack chaplaincy. It's a great event. It raises money for a terrific cause, and I can't think of a better honoree than Len. Pat, there we go. Patty's got the brochure or the
animation
pamphlet up.
You don't have to mention me. Just you could. Is this for you to read?
Why are there little hearts around the jockey, Patty?
That's a really great. Wow, that's who did that drawing? That's terrific. So 7.
I don't know. We'll find out some from the chaplaincy, but I just wanted to give you the date.
Wait, don't move it. 17th annual racetrack chaplaincy brunch at the Saratoga National Golf Club, Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. Okay.
All right. And if you want to get tickets, they're still available. You can still get in there. They will sell out, but there's a month. They're a month away now. And the website is, should know by heart. It's www.rtcany.org.
And Patty's
old because she still says the www.
Guys, this is not to put me on camera. This is just to.
Is there another way on the World Wide Web? rtcany.org. No, it's in all seriousness, it's a terrific event. Obviously, an awesome honoree, and it looks like we've got a little bit of a contest coming up in relation to it. John, why don't you tell the people more?
Well, people have been clamoring to get tickets and wanting to not only honor Len at this event and show their support for the chaplaincy. But Joe, believe it or not, we actually have some fans. We actually have some people that watch the show, and people have been asking for more so, I think, to spend time with you than with me, which I understand. But we thought that because we have a couple extra tickets and a couple extra seats at our table for the event, at yours and mine table at the event, that we would give away 3 seats to fans who want to, support the cause and spend some time and talk horses with us, or talk podcasts, or whatever, whatever they want. Ask where you're registered, Joe, for your upcoming nuptials. Whatever it is, we are going to be free game and have the opportunity to spend time with 3 lucky listeners. And Patty, how do they get in the queue to be able to win these tickets?
Well, I thought that they could comment on our Twitter posts for this episode. And I don't know if you guys go for this, but I thought maybe they could say, hey, here's what I would talk about if I had your ear at this lunch. And then you and Joe can pick the people based on what they want to talk about.
Yeah. That sounds good to me.
That sounds great. So it'll be totally biased. Joe and I will actually be picking, with whom we want to spend time with, but more importantly, what topics we want to talk about. So please bring your topics to the website or what, Joe? You're
Twitter.
www.twitter.com.
Twitter or X. And by the way, let me just say from an insider, they really only like to talk about themselves.
That's true.
That's if you've listened to the show, you're not surprised.
That's a cheat code. You can't say Joe and John. Everybody who's everybody is there at the Racetrack Chaplaincy Brunch, August 14th at the Saratoga National Golf Club. So we can't wait for it. And comment, let us know what you want to chat with me and John about, because everything, as always, is about John and I. And we'll pick our lucky few and welcome you up to the Saratoga National Golf Club, and we'll have a great time honoring a terrific dude.
And the event will be over in advance of post time, race 1. So you won't be missing anything over at the front side as well. Yep. They have it timed down to a T.
Yeah. You'll be able to hop over and see 12 wire-to-wire winners in a row at Saratoga that day. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But yeah, we'd love to have you. We'd love to see you. So let us know, and we'll pick a few lucky people, and we'll have a ball.